Okay, you join me as we find out whether they've done anything with this latest batch of eggs. It looks like it's maybe, just trying to look down the gaps. Not sure. Not necessarily as positive as all that. Crikey, they have stuck everything down really well. I've got to be careful when they've really stuck it down, because sometimes it goes all of a piece. So the moment of truth. Oh my goodness. No. They've just made a bit of wild comb out of one of them. Oh, for goodness sake, girls. I am really kind of at my wit's end a little bit here. So, I think what we're going to do, we're going to refresh these, give them some emerging bees. So we'll do a bit of a swap around, and then I am going to have a crack at moving eggs around with a paintbrush tomorrow, either tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to let the weather get a little bit better. This wind is quite crazy, and then we will see what we can see with the whole affair. But yeah, so I will rotate these frames with just stores and stuff on into the outer ones, and put some frames with sealed brood into the middle, just to sort of freshen this up, and then we'll see if we can get anywhere with them. Anyway, I will rejoin you tomorrow. Okay, nice little postscript here. So here we are, still at my rearing, what we call my rearing hive, which isn't actually doing anything for me in terms of rearing, as we've said. Possible contributing factor: the left-hand chamber had lost their queen, and they had a queen cell that was occupied. It was a grub queen. Something happened to her all of a sudden, which can happen, and so they weren't able to bring on anything from a young grub or from an egg laid in a queen cell, as you hope for. So they brought on a grub queen, which is never any good. But right next door, in this gap here now, I had a widgy-woo little swarm that I'd taken from Arraton Barns, which is a grand day out if you're ever visiting the island. Nice little afternoon of activities with some pretty good food and beer. Little plug there. They're not even paying me. So, nice mated queen, only enough bees really to cover one frame. This one was rammed with bees, loads of bees anyway, so I was half thinking about putting something on. So what I've done, bit of newspaper, just like I've talked about before, and I've put nice queen with just her few bees on the top on this construction of eeks. Annoyingly, this doesn't quite add up. I've got about an inch between the bottom of the frames and the top of the ones below, which is probably going to see me get a bit of wild comb built out on there. But what will probably happen, because I'm not adding very many bees too, there's really only a frame's worth of bees in there, I keep meaning to get some board and build a proper size brood box addition to add on to these, and so that these can grow up and be a much bigger frame in here. We'll see how they get on. I may well leave this. I'm probably not going to need many monarchs this season, so we'll see how that goes. It may very well go quite nicely, but my hope is that queen and the brood bees in there will be able to just pick up where the ball was left, which is a pretty nice little postscript there, and it's a reason to just keep around and just maintain even tiny little colonies, because they can come in handy. I mean, they've saved my bacon there. A nice little queen in reserve, ready to come into play when she's called for, which she was today. So I hope that's been interesting and informative. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.